Hi guys, Steve from Patriot Bars here. Stuck at 0 pull-ups, or maybe you can only do 1 or 2? Well, stay tuned because we're going to work together to get you that first pull-up, or improve on what you can currently do. Now, in my opinion, the absolute best way to learn how to do pull-ups if you're currently stuck at 0 pull-ups is to do assisted pull-ups. Now, if you're at the gym, you can use the assisted pull-up and dip bar type apparatuses. But if you're using a freestanding pull-up bar, the easiest way to do that is to put something down, in this case, parallel bars under your feet, and use your feet to assist you. Pull, use your feet to assist you. Pull, use your feet to assist you. Eventually, you won't need your feet anymore. But for now, the assisted pull-up is probably the #1 thing you can do if you're stuck at 0. Now, I've heard that a lot of people use bands for assisted pull-ups, but personally, I've, for the most part, never been able to figure out how to do it. Yes, I know that some bands are really long, but most bands are short, and in order to get your foot in there, you practically have to, well, I can't imagine how I would get my foot in here, and it might flip me backwards. So this is not a method that I have ever really advocated. Now, #2 on our list of techniques to get you from 0 pull-ups to 1, 2, 3, and beyond is the negative pull-up. Now, you've all seen this done before. Basically, you just jump to the top and lower yourself very slowly, or as slowly as you can. Slow, slow, slow. Let yourself down slow. This is called a negative rep, and it does build the exact same muscles you need for pulling. Now, what if you can't jump to the top? Well, step up from a chair. The chair practically gets me all the way up there anyways, but you got to be careful on the way down that you don't, bibble bobble on the chair. That was a dramatization, folks, but now you know what I'm talking about. Be careful if you step onto a chair that it's off to the side. Do your negative rep. Keep yourself from swinging. Now, the third tool in our toolbox, so to speak, for trying to get you from 0 reps to where you want to be is partial reps. Now, you can see that I have some little boxes here. These are called apple boxes. You can buy them at photography stores, maybe a few other places, but this is just an example of things at varying heights. So what I would do for my partial rep is I'd step onto the box and I'd do a partial rep. A partial rep. As I progressed, I would then take part of the box down and do my partial reps from here. I'm not pulling as far. Partial rep. Down to the box. Partial rep. Down to the box. Progress even further. And notice for some pull-ups, I'm using a monkey grip. I find that this helps. In other words, a thumbless grip. So now, getting close to doing a real pull-up, partial rep. Down to the box. Rest a bit. Partial rep. Down to the box. If you don't have boxes, you can try milk crates. Get them from 7-Eleven or something like that. Or pretty much anything that you have that will allow you a small increment above the floor. Now, folks, not to sound too salesy, but I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the pull-up bar that I'm using itself. This is the Patriot Pullup Bar low ceiling height. As you can see, it fits in residential areas with low ceilings. We also have a standard issue Patriot Bar that's perfect for areas with high ceilings, commercial gyms, military facilities, etc., etc. Well, enough of me advertising my products. On to the next tip. Now, when trying to get that first pull-up rep, or to improve your reps, remember, it's not just about trying to do pull-ups over and over and over again. It's about strengthening your entire back, nay, your entire body. But we'll just cover back exercises for right now. A row that I really like is the bicep row. I'm strengthening my lats and my biceps as I do this. Bicep ring row. Now, it's very important to make sure that your pull-up bar isn't going to slide or slip around. Either it has to be anchored to something very secure that it can't slip off of, or in this case the Patriot Bar has a bunch of weights on it thanks to the proprietary plate pull down brackets that we use. We hang our dip belts on these, we throw our weights on there, and we keep it from sliding around on the carpet, as you can see. Now, to hit our back from another angle, what I like to do, what a lot of us like to do, is called the horizontal ring row, otherwise known as the down under.
Good day, mate.
If you want, you can use your legs for assist. This hits your lats and your back in a whole different way. Whatever you do, make sure you don't slip off and conk your head on the metal like I just did. Now, other ways to do rows to strengthen your back are obviously just to use weights. A lot of people find rowing from the floor, like say with a barbell, to be easier than doing the pull-up. If you have any lower back problems, be very careful with this one. You can even roll from a little higher. Or, alternatively, use dumbbells. Still have to be careful though. Those are called bent over rows. Be very careful if you have lower back problems. Another good thing to do, plate trap raise. Plate trap raise. Aim for 100 reps. Your goal should be 100 reps with 25 pounds. Plate trap raise. Now, when trying to strengthen your lats so you can do that first pull-up rep, the lat pull down, in this case we're going to use bands, the lat pull down is indispensable. Without the lat pull down machine at a commercial gym, we're just going to have to make do. So what I'm doing is I'm doubling up on the bands here, and I'm making do. In many ways this mimics a pull-up, but as you can see, I can pull with my palms facing you here, and then as I come down, my knuckles are facing you. So I'm getting a more full range of motion as I pull. So I like this one a lot for those just starting out. Now, if you're working out with all these other methods that we've already talked about, assisted, negatives, partials, various types of rows and pull downs, and still can't get one good clean pull-up rep yet, remember guys, there are easier ways to pull yourself up, such as the chin-up. Remember, the pull-up is harder for most people than the chin-up. The chin-up is a underhand grip, and you really probably should start with this one first. Chin-up. Chin-up. And there's one other type of pull-up I'd like to talk about. We've discussed it before, but it's a switch grip. Now, a switch grip is one hand going this way, one hand going this way, so it's a cross between a pull-up and a chin-up. Switch grip. Switch grip. And then, of course, I switch my grip and go again. Both the switch grip and the regular pull-up, or the regular chin-up, are easier than the pull-up. So you'll probably, if you're at 0 right now, you'll probably be able to do that chin-up rep first. Now, what do you do if you're still struggling with chin-ups or switch grip pull-ups? You can't quite do one rep of that yet. Well, it's important to do isolation exercises for the bicep, because the bicep is probably the second most important muscle for the standard chin-up. How you do that is with standard bicep curls. This is the alternating bicep curl. You've seen this before. No, it is not just for bodybuilders, it's for everybody. Another good one is the Zotman curl. It's like an alternating curl up, then you flip it, and then it's like a reverse forearm curl on the way down. Curl up, flip, down. Curl up, flip, down. Zotman curl. Now, another thing to remember is your abs. Your abs and your whole core are involved in any type of pulling exercise. The best way to exercise your abs on a pull-up bar, knee raises, knee raises, knee raises. Or, if you're more advanced, hanging leg raises. Oops, I think I hit the light. But you get the idea. You gotta keep your core tight. Well guys, the last tip I have for you on your journey to get that first pull-up rep is just this, consistency. Consistency is the key to everything in life. You've got to eat healthy, you've got to train hard, and you've got to train regularly, month after month, year after year. Now, it's not going to take you a year to get your first pull-up rep, I'm sure. It might only take you a few months, depending on where you're at right now. But being consistent is the way to win, the way to achieve your goals. Now, if you're first starting out, I don't suggest that you try to do pull-ups or back exercises or any exercise really every single day. I would go no more than 3 times a week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As you progress and get better at it, maybe twice a week, and some guys only do back exercises once a week. But honestly, for calisthenics, I think 2 times a week is fine when you're advanced, and when you're beginning, 3, maybe 4 times a week. But remember, don't train to extreme failure. Leave some gas in the tank. You have to train hard, but you don't train to exhaustion so that you don't want to do it anymore. You got to stay motivated, and being burnt out and discouraged too soon is not the way to do that. If you don't have a pull-up bar, I'd like to suggest the Patriot Bar. I invented this. I use it all the time. I know it works. We've got a couple of different kinds, the low ceiling height and also the Patriot Bar standard issue. You can check everything out that we offer. We also offer grip strength products. You can check them all out at patriotbars.com. We now offer free shipping to anywhere in the Continental United States. And did I neglect to mention that all our products are made in the US, right here in Michigan, USA. Anyways, this is Steve from Patriot Bars signing off. Train hard, God bless America, or wherever it is that you happen to live, my friend. Guys, there's one last thing that I'd be remiss if I didn't mention. I didn't mention it in the main part of the video, didn't want to offend anybody. But that is the touchy subject of losing weight. You see, if you're significantly overweight, pull-ups, chin-ups, it's all going to be next to impossible for you. That's just the simple truth of the matter. Now, how do I know this? Because I used to be overweight. A few years back, I let myself go. When I was younger, I could do a decent amount of pull-ups. Not at first, when I was like a very young kid, pull-ups were next to impossible for me, but I built myself up in my 20s, was able to do a decent amount. But then I got sick. I got adrenal fatigue, and I talk about that a little bit more on my other channel, Patriot Bars Behind the Scenes. You can check that out. I'll try to leave a link for that. But anyways, I got sick. I got adrenal fatigue. I gained weight, and I lost my ability to do pull-ups. I was so sick I didn't feel like exercising for like 8 months. And I went from being able to do pull-ups back down to 0. So I had to start from scratch again. And the number one thing that I did to get myself back up from 0 pull-ups was assisted pull-ups with my feet up on elevated surface, as well as watching what I ate so I could take the weight back off, which is really the number one thing you can do if you're overweight to improve pull-up performance. Because remember, let's say you're 20 pounds overweight. Well, that's like putting a 20-pound weight vest on and trying to do reps. And on top of that, the extra fat is harder on your heart, so your heart beats faster because, you know, fat on your body is worse than weight thrown on your torso or what have you to do that weight of pull-up. So you got to lose weight, guys, if that's holding you back. And you know what? You can do it. I can do it, and so can you. Society will tell you, oh, it's okay, you can be whatever you want. Well, not really, because it's not healthy for you. And people will say, well, you can't do it. I mean, it's too stressful, it's too hard. They'll discourage you all day long, but guess what? You can do it. And don't listen to people who say, it's okay, it's okay. I mean, yeah, from everybody's equal standpoint, it's okay. But from your health standpoint, it's not okay. Because statistically speaking, you won't live as long. You won't have as high a quality of life if you're significantly overweight. And believe me, guys, I struggle with my diet every day, so I know what it's like. So I just wanted to, in any way possible, encourage you not to quit the healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle. I feel like quitting every single day. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Almost nobody is. But I'm not going to friggin' quit, and you're not going to either, I don't think, my friend. So until next time.